Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, how to stop manifesting separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome back to my channel if you're new here. My name is Michelle. We are doing another pick a card love reading. Tapping in and channeling through your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to you and your guys' connection. So just keep in mind, you guys, it's a collective general love reading. So whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something isn't quite resonating, just drop that bit of information or that message and leave it behind for whomever the message might be resonating with. Okay, I do have personal readings available if you would like for me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. All right, you guys, we got some Palo Santo's going really good. So there might need to be, and I don't always do that, you guys, I felt guided to, so there might need to be some clearing of some energy between you, the two of you, that could be maybe causing some friction in this connection. All right, so let's see, pile 1, you guys were drawn to the this is the Labradorite kitty. Yeah, there's something about illumination or clarity. We'll see what's going on. Let's find their overall energy when it comes to you in the connection, pile 1. Okay, yeah, so we have separation here. It says time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So you guys may already be going through this with your person, not talking, or things just being really quiet between the two of you. Yeah, and then we have the World, which can talk about wrapping up cycles, ending things. We also have, let's see, the World in the upright position for me. Who is that? I think, is that? I see Taurus, Leo. It's Saturn. Yeah, so I mean, Saturn-based energies, you know, Aquarius. We also have Strength in the reverse, which is Leo energy. And then we also have the Page of Pentacles. That's Earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn coming out here. I'll be honest though, with Strength coming out in the reverse and the Page of Pentacles, it almost feels like, yeah, there's something that's wrapping up between the two of you. I don't know that this is going to be like a permanent breakup, or if this is like a wrapping up of your guys' connection. Because with Strength in the reverse and Page of Pentacles in the reverse, let me find out what's going on with the World. Let's see. Let's see. The World. Tell me more about the World. Okay, this is a pattern. Okay, so this doesn't necessarily mean, like, yeah, you and your person might be on the verge of breaking up. You guys could definitely be broken up, but this doesn't feel like it's necessarily, it doesn't feel over. We've got the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. And so if there's anything karmic in this connection, and then with Strength in the reverse, this almost feels like your person might have a hard time holding back. The separation where it says time apart from your partner is on the horizon with the World. This almost feels like something is needing to wrap up. Lessons are needing to be learned, but there's not. Whatever the lessons that are needing to be learned, they're not being learned with Page of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? So, I mean, if your person isn't talking to you, if they're not reaching out, it could be more along the lines of like, I don't know if it's protest behavior. They could be, you know, using silence as a weapon against you, or they could be using silence as a manipulation to get what they want from you. Let's find out. Pile 1's person. The real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 1 at this point in time, please. We're going to get 6 of these cards out. One more shuffle. Pile 1. How do they feel? Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 1 and their connection. You can zone out for a second, Pile 1, if you want to, while I get these all out. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say your person, yeah, it's not over for your person. You know, if you are separated, if you're not talking, I don't know, some of you could just be taking a break, right? Nothing big. And maybe you're just curious to see, you know, your person's feelings, the way they're leaning. Let's see. Pile 1's person, real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 1. I'm hearing they don't want to be separated. Yeah, look at that. Wow. I'll tell you what we have so far on the board. I still have 3 more cards to get out. We have My Heart Belongs to You. You're Everything I've Always Wanted. And that came out with I'm in Love with You. Okay. So your person's like, they are in love with you, Pile 1, because you're literally everything they've ever wanted. It's like, how could I not? And then we also have I'll do whatever it takes to win you back. And so, yeah, you may have been the one to walk away from this person. And if that's the case, then like their primary overall energy when it comes to you is that separation, right? And it could also be that absence is making the heart grow fonder. It's making them very clear about, and that might be with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, what that might be meaning as well. Your person understanding and realizing how they may have dropped the ball. And with the World in the upright position here, this is your person knowing. So there could be something fundamentally disruptive, maybe about your person's behaviors. They could have some self-sabotaging energies in there, but there's kind of this, your person has this acknowledgement. There's some kind of a patterning in your guys' connection that may have been negatively like affecting it or influencing it or something like that. And your person knows that they're needing to put an end to that patterning that's, you know, causing friction between the two of you. Let's get a few more. And that might be what the issue is, which is interesting to note that this card is coming out right underneath My Heart. Okay. All right. You have their heart, Pile 1, and They're still hung up on something that may have happened to them in the past regarding somebody else, okay, like an ex or a third party. This did want to come out, though, kind of like it was situating in the upright position. The other side of that says, you got me over my ex and the third party. That may have been the wrench. Like your person may have been, whether consciously or unconsciously, sabotaging the connection because there's some kind of a hang up tied to someone in their past, okay? But again, your person is wanting you to know they're not hung up on the ex or the third party. They're hung up on something that happened between them, okay? You have their heart, pile one. They're saying they're in love with you. You're everything they've always wanted. And there's something that they're still hung up on, okay? They could be afraid of getting hurt, being left behind, being abandoned. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to pile one, please. Let's get a couple more. We also have, I know you love me and I was being selfish. Those came out together. Okay, so your person, so they know that they love you and they also know that you love them. They're saying the love is not the problem. I love you, pile one, you love me, and I was being selfish. Like they are the ones getting in the way of this connection really flourishing and really thriving, or maybe like taking it to the next level or something like that. Because there's a cycle that seems that, you know, with that Page of Pentacles in the reverse, that might be the lesson that they're needing to learn. You know, letting go of past hurts, you know, learning to open up and maybe trust again after maybe having been hurt. This could be even them, like maybe not trusting themselves if they were the ones that did something wrong that maybe ended them in a prior connection, okay? But again, they're not hung up on that person as so much as what, like maybe what happened or went down between them, okay? Let's get one more. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile one at this point in time, please. And they kind of go back and forth, like, we have, I can still feel the pain, and I feel like that's tied to, you know, the past. That's what they're avoiding, right? They may be or may have a tendency to shut down. Run away. There's two different energies. So you occupy a very big part of your person's heart space. And, you know, when they're trusting and when they feel comfortable with it, they'll allow themselves to feel the joy. And because it says, I feel so good when I'm with you, right? But on the flip side of that, it's like, quite possible their nervous system may only allow them to feel good. And then they'll be reminded of the pain that happened in the past. There's some healing here that your person needs to do, or something that they need to look in a different way, or maybe shift their perspective about things, because I'm feeling like they're still tied to someone or some kind of a circumstance that still brings up a lot of like negative, bad, I'm hearing emotional memories, okay? So if you are experiencing your person as being somewhat hot and cold, or just, you know, they seem like they're all in one moment and then they like pull back the next, it really isn't you, pile one. Energetically, your person is all in, but they have some fear and some doubts. I feel like this is the cycle, you know, they'll be separated from you for a point in time, which brings back the fondness and the desire to want to connect and stuff like that. They'll get together with you and they'll feel really good and have a really good time with you, and you know, they'll be in that space for a little bit until their nervous system is like, okay, enough. Remember, we can't get too comfortable here because of what happened to you know, in the past. Remember, right? That's kind of what your person is going through. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have wandering eye and attention whore. Your person may have had a problem keeping themselves clean of, you know, third parties and secrets and stuff like that. Okay, this says I crave validation and attention from third parties, and that might be the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. That might be, you know, the negative pattern, or I should say the patterning that is negatively influencing their connection with you. All right, you guys. Pile 1, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a minute if you would. Smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you haven't already done so, simply by subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Pile 1, I will see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye, guys. Pile 2, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. Let me turn that off. Group chat's about to be lit, but hey, I'll get back to it later. Okay. For some reason, I'm feeling guided to put on some of this, what is this, Florida water. I really love it for the scent, though. We'll see what's going on. That could just be me. I don't know if that's necessarily your guys' energy. We'll see. Anyway, we are tapping in and channeling through your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to you and the connection. I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into... Did I already say that? My goodness, what's going on? Is your person distracted? I don't know if they're neurodivergent or if they got like ADHD or something like that. Easily distractible is what it feels like. Anyway, yeah. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25, okay? Because this is a general collective love reading. So whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something doesn't quite resonate, just drop it and leave it behind. All right, you guys. We're going to get into your reading. Something about, I don't know, something isn't going as planned with you guys. Things might be moving or happening, you know, like quote unquote out of order, whatever that might mean. Not to say that it's not getting done. Maybe it's just not happening according to like somebody's timeline or something like that. I don't know. You guys were drawn to the Ametrine. Let's see your person's overall energy when it comes. We got let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, so your person may have a really difficult time letting go of control. And then we have the Five of Swords. Oh my gosh, we got the Nine of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Four of Swords. You guys could be resting, taking a break. There could have been some very heated tension or arguments between the two of you with the Five of Swords here. That can be, you know, yeah, it can talk about self-defeat. You know, your person could be feeling very defeated right now. Wow, this is a very specific message, okay, but for someone here, your person is kind of like feeling, yeah, they're feeling defeated, like they like they didn't win or they lost an argument. There's kind of a competitive energy coming through when it comes to your person in this connection, okay? A lot of that has to do with control issues, though, that your person has. They're not giving up with the Nine of Wands here that talks about resilience, right? They're still they're still in it to win it. They're saying, okay. Be very careful with this energy pile too, because this person could just be only, you know, I'm not saying that this is like they're all like the energy that they're in all the time, but right now there is this very specific kind of a signature coming through in your person's energy about wanting to be right, okay? Wanting to explain themselves. But not, you know, but not for the reasons of like just communicating so the two of you can understand things. Your person has like an invested, they're like invested in being right. Okay. Control issues all over the place coming here. They could just be laying low right now. I'm going to be honest. This almost feels like them trying to figure out a new angle. You know, your person is invested. They want to hear you say that. They want to hear you tell them that they're right. Okay. I do like we have the Five of Swords and then the Four of Swords because, yeah, that the tension between the two of you, while it might still be there, it feels like it is dissolving. Okay, so if you guys are separated, if things are quiet between the two of you, your person's not going to stay quiet for long. You know, but there is some energies here with your person, pile 2. They're right now, I should say, okay, this may not be how they are all the time, but right now they just want to be right. Okay, they want to be right. Pile 2's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to pile 2, please. We're going to get 6 cards total. Pile 2's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 2, please. This did all kinds of acrobatics. Now, it did come out with attachment, not love. It says confusing attachment for true love. On the other side of that says this is true love. Let me see what the rest of the card says. But again, you guys be very careful, because if they are still in this energy of, like, you know, needing to let go of control issues, or still, you know, wanting control in the connection, they could be confusing themselves, and this where that 5 of Swords, that self-defeat might be coming from. Okay, we'll see what else is going on. Pile 2's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to pile 2. Your person's in it to win it, is what they're in, the energy that they're in right now. But the good news is, we do have, if I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. Okay, which, you know, when we're looking at a 5 of Swords energy that the person is in towards you and towards the connection, that can be a win at all costs. It can be cutthroat, it can be mean-spirited, but there is still a part of your person that's like, okay, I don't want to take this too far. That might be why we have the 4 of Swords coming in after the 5 of Swords. Like, there's a stopping point that your person is aware of, like, okay, I need to step back, you know, let things simmer down before I end up saying or doing something that I'm really going to regret, right? Let's see. That could be a source of contention between the two of you too. If I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. If you're having a hard time letting go of the past, pile 2, this is kind of like, this could be where your guys' fights or your tensions are coming from. Not healing or not being able to let go of the past. They could see you as having control issues. This could definitely be a mirroring dynamic, where you guys could be activating each other's, you know, wounds and stuff like that. You could definitely be soulmates with this person, but, you know, if you guys are triggering each other's wounds, it could be expressing, your guys' connection could be looking more like wound mates than soulmates. But that doesn't mean that you're not soulmates underneath all of that, right? It just, we have 2 very highly triggered or reactive people right now, or at least one, right? Someone in this connection is very triggered, very reactive, having a difficult time letting go, maybe things of the past, needing to let go of control issues. Let's get more. Pile 2's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings. Look at that. It says, I feel so foolish for fumbling you. Your person could be actually beating themselves up pretty badly. Okay, they could definitely be taking that 5 of Swords and directing it inward. That might be why the 5 of Swords is coming out with the 4 of Swords, because it's letting us know that a lot of that energy is, you know, taking more of a, I don't know, I mean, it's not necessarily the Hermit energy coming through here, but it's like it's more internal. They're, you know, kind of beating themselves up about it, rather than, what do they call that, projecting it out, lashing out. They're not lashing out, right? Let's get 3 more. Pile 2's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings. Okay, so we have, I'm stalling to avoid taking action, but at the other side it says, I'm not avoiding you, I just need more time. I feel like both of those could be true. We'll see what's going on. Let's get a couple more. I'll leave that in the sideways position. That's the way that it came out. There we go. Haunted by the past. Somebody here is haunted by the past. Okay, I feel like it could be you, pile 2. You could have a hard time letting go of maybe like some betrayal or a disappointment. that you've experienced as a result of, you know, engaging with this person. Your person's wanting you to figure out some way, shape, or form to move past whatever that is, okay? But we'll see. They could also be haunted by something from the past as well. Pile two's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to pile two, still heartbroken. And this is coming out right underneath, I feel so foolish for fumbling you. Okay, so yes, your person does feel really bad about what they've done, what they've said, and or what they've done. And they're also, and this is genuine, they're like, I really do feel bad about this. I'll have to find out what's going on with attachment and not love. That did kind of come out very wonky. So they could go back and forth between wondering whether or not, is this really love or is this just attachment? And then there are times when they're like, okay, I know that this is true love. At the bottom of the deck, we have, let's do this. What do I want to do with all these? Okay. Let's find out what's going on here. We have the Two of Swords in the reverse. We also have the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. This is definitely an energy here of you know, holding back. The Six of Pentacles can talk about equal give and take. Okay, it can talk about generosity. It can talk about sharing. I know some people talk about it breadcrumbing, you know, but I see breadcrumbing would be more like in the reverse position for me. But this is your person holding back or withholding. So this is letting you know, pile two, your person has the ability to equally give in this connection, but for some reason they could just be being stubborn and they're holding back from doing that. What's going on with the Two of Swords in the reverse here, as it is clarifying attachment and not love? They're not sure yet whether or not they don't know. They're confused. They don't know yet if this is real true love or if there's something going on between the two, if it's attachment, right? Because a lot of the times attachments can take on the look and the feel of a bond, but it really isn't. And I'm not saying that your person is actually looking at things to this degree, but there is some sense of your person feeling confused about like their feelings. Are these feelings coming from a genuine space or are they coming from somewhere else, right? Tell me about the Two of Swords in the reverse as it's relating to attachment, not love. Okay, that might be why they're not committing. Or they're not putting commitment on the table, or they're being kind of like wishy-washy with commitment. There's confusion here. That's why they don't know yet. They don't trust their feelings. Okay, they don't trust their feelings. Tell me about I'm stalling to avoid taking action, but I'm also, let's see, I'm not avoiding you. I just need more time. Okay. These, yeah, they're both true. There's some kind of an action and it might be commitment, right? You might want this person to do something, to take a step towards you, to prove themselves in some way, and they're not quite ready to do that. And on the flip side of that, it says, I'm not avoiding you, I just need more time. Time for what? Time, oh, this is especially if you're looking for an apology, pile. Yeah, pile 2, if you're looking for an apology, if you're looking for remorse, I'm not saying that that's not there, but it doesn't look like your person is quite ready to express it yet. I don't know if there's an olive branch here that needs to be extended. Yeah, and then we got the 3 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, that message isn't, I don't want to say it's not going to come anytime soon, but your person is just not in the space right now to apologize. Okay? If you guys don't have anything like where they need to apologize for something, or they've already apologized, this could just be talking about heartfelt communication, right? This could also be talking about something going on with a kid if they have them. Pages can represent children, okay, a water sign more specifically, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be somebody that's very near and dear to your person's heart, okay? There are different situations and scenarios coming through. Tell me more about haunted by the past. They're still heartbroken about something. Now, whether or not that has something specifically to do with you guys, let's see. Juggling. Weighing options, juggling, not choosing. Yeah, and I feel like your person's almost perpetuating that. We have, if I could undo the pain I caused you, I would, but I feel like they're still doing the very thing or the very things that caused you pain in the first place. And the reason being is because they haven't chosen yet. And this is why, because they're not quite sure. They don't trust their feelings. They don't know if what they're feeling, they don't trust where it's coming from. I don't know if it's a lust versus love kind of a thing. Your person could be well versed in attachment theory and issues and stuff like that, but they're trying to figure out like where is my love or my feelings, where is my drive for this connection in pile 2, where is that coming from, right? Because it could be that your person isn't ready to choose yet. I don't know exactly, what they're choosing. If they're choosing you, I'm not necessarily picking up on any third party energies, but they could be considering, taking a path that does not include you on it. They haven't chosen yet though, okay? They could be afraid of choosing wrong. That might be representative here, haunted by the past. So they could be afraid of repeating past mistakes, whether that's mistakes they've made with you or with other people. And so it's almost like that could be your person's way of just kind of playing it safe, They're afraid that they're going to choose wrong again, so they're just not going to choose at all. It's almost one of those things like, if they do end up choosing, it's because it was by default, right? It's one of those things like they're not saying no with their whole chest, but they're also not saying yes. They're not choosing. It almost feels like they're just waiting for a choice to make itself known by default. That's weird. I guess it's not weird. It happens. Tell me more about still heartbroken. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay. And I saw that at the bottom of the deck before I even started asking this question. The Queen of Wands in the reverse. This could be representative of somebody from the past. Okay. This can be somebody with jealousy, envy issues. Very easy to fly, like temper, tantrums, drama queen energy. And if it's not somebody that is like outwardly with that energy, it could just be somebody that's very withdrawn, not very confident, has a low self-esteem. But the fact that we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse clarifying still heartbroken, that's letting your person know, more than likely this is due to a person. It could be you, right? Especially if you're a fire sign or you have fire dominant placements in your chart. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sag. This is a very specific feminine energy though, but whoever this feminine energy, they're not, they're in the distortion of that energy. And it could be, that's what happens, when, relationships are our greatest mirrors. And, you know, some people can bring out the best in us and other people can bring out the worst, right? It just depends on, you know, if you're doing the healing as things are being triggered. Let's find out what's going on with Let's Do This. First of all, let's find out, is that background energy or is that energy that's weakening? Let's do this. Okay. At one point, it seems like your person may have been all in this connection, and then something happened, and now all of a sudden it's like they're not quite sure, okay, with Let's Do This. Now they're in this energy of, you know, having withdrawn their energy. They could be very quiet, not talking a lot to you. You know, if they are responding to messages, they could just be kind of, you know, like one-liners or something like that. There's not a lot of warmth here at all. With the Five of Swords, not, I mean, at all. The only warmth that might be here is anger. Like, you know, it's warmth in the wrong direction. It's hot-blooded, you know, hot-tempered and stuff like that. But yeah, pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family simply by subscribing if you haven't already done so, and then don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. All right, pile 2, I'll see you guys at your next pick a card live reading. Bye. What is going on, pile 3? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing another pick a card love reading. We're tapping in and channeling through your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to you and their connection with you. So just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something isn't quite resonating, just drop it and leave it behind for whomever that info or that message is resonating with. Okay, so I do have personal readings available. Just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. I have a lot of readings in the specific person category, and many of them are just $25. So go check them out, see which ones fit your needs. Okay, we're gonna get right into your reading. You guys were drawn to the Unakite stone. And then we have their overall energy towards you. We got finances and career. This says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So your person might be, their focus and their attention might be diverted onto something else. It may not have anything to do with your guys' connection. For most of you it doesn't, but it is impacting like the amount of quality time they're able to spend with you, or you know, how much they're able to really invest in your guys' connection. It's like they're investing in somewhere else. For many of you it is like something having to do with their business and or finances. Okay, yeah, things can be really quiet between the two of you here with the High Priestess. So we have the new moon, but it's showing up in the reverse with new beginnings. And so your person isn't, which is interesting because right next to that, okay, you got new beginnings in the reverse, but right next to that, we have the Fool in the upright position right next to intuition. So this is like, you know, once something, it feels like once something gets going here with this new beginnings, let me see what's going on with that. Because I almost feel like, whatever this energy here, whatever's blocking this energy here, which could be, you know, your person dealing with some extenuating circumstances outside of your guys' connection. Once that gets cleared up, it's like, you know, things are going to start moving forward. Okay, there might even, you know, might even jump a couple of steps, but we'll see. Your person could be very quiet about what's happening in their life right now with the High Priestess and the Fool here. Okay, tell me about new moon in the beginning, or new moon in the reverse with new beginnings in the reverse. Tell me more about that. There's High Priestess in the reverse. Well, yeah, it's like now's not the time. Something about timing is off here because they're right now. Like if you're dropping signs and hints, or if the universe is dropping signs and hints about them needing to like reach out to you or whatever, they're completely missing it because they're distracted somewhere else. But tell me more about new beginnings. What's that in reference to? But it's in the reverse. You, yeah. The Queen of Pentacles. And I actually saw this when I cut the deck earlier, or when I split the deck just like 2 seconds ago. Yeah, so there isn't going to be any new energy, but the fact that we have this coming out with the Queen of Pentacles in the upright position, you know, they still see you as somebody that worth committing to, right? But it's like your person is having a hard time committing to your guys' connection because all of their time, attention, and energy is and focus is going towards, you know, their finances and their careers. As again, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. You know, and it could be causing a lot of problems between the two of you with the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That could also just be your person feeling defeated by whatever the situation is, okay? If it's not, if you guys aren't at odds, your person is just feeling at odds, you know, in general overall. Let's see. We have, let's see, Aquarius energy with the Fool coming through. I also associate that with Aries, personally as a reader. And then we have Pisces energy here with the High Priestess. Okay. Pile 3's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings. Pile 3's person, real, true, honest thoughts and feelings. I'm going to do one more shuffle. And we're going to get 6 of these cards, all right, Pile 3. Pile 3's person, what are their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to Pile 3 and their connection, not for this foreseeable future? Your person, Pile 3, is singular-minded. Like, it's like tunnel vision that they have. Whatever this extenuating circumstance is outside of your guys', that's where all of their care is. It's taken up all of their mental and emotional faculties and all of their attention right now. But, you know, we will see what exactly that is in reference to. But again, it says not for the foreseeable future. Pile 3's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to Pile 3. Okay. This came out sideways, and so your person does tend to question their love for you, but they kind of go back and forth. And then we also have you're exactly what I'm looking for in a life partner, but there are times when they go back and forth with that as well. There are times when they question whether or not, you know, and if you're in separation with your person, this could be just giving you kind of a heads up. Pile 3, they do have a tendency to go back and forth in their mind when it comes to this connection. It could be that you guys, I don't know if you guys are kind of in a weird space or you're just not together. And so there is an overall energy here of your person either just not thinking about this connection for whatever reason. And so they like, you know, are just choosing to focus entirely on whatever that extenuating circumstance is. For many of you, again, it's financial. It's hitting their pocket, right? Their bank. This could be for some of you too, like they're not trying to think about you and this connection for whatever reason. But for the most part, the strongest energy that's coming through Pile 3 is that, you know, they're choosing to focus on whatever this is over here. And depending on how bad that situation is, it could be legitimate. You know, if your person is feeling like they're trying to put out like some kind of a metaphorical fire when it comes to their money and finances and stuff, it's just like, you know, they're trying to save a sinking ship from completely sinking. And so that's just where all of their resources are going, mental, emotional, energetic, you know, financial, all that stuff. Pile 3's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to Pile 3, please. But there is an energy here of them being undecided overall when it comes to this connection for some reason. Please talk to me. Okay, let's get a couple more. They don't necessarily want to lose contact. There you go, avoidant attachment. That's why they keep going back and forth between, you know, one minute they know you love them, They know you're exactly what they're looking for in a partner, and then the next minute they start to question your love for them. And so, you know, this financial, not to say that they're not going through some extenuating circumstances financially, but they could be using that, you know, maybe not even directly, not, you know, not necessarily 100% consciously, kind of as an scapegoat, or when they start to feel too uncomfortable with, you know, their feelings and opening up and stuff, it's just that's their mind's way of, it's like diverting their attention. And you know, if you guys follow anything about manifestation, sometimes, you know, we can inadvertently create problems in the 3D that will take our attention away from something that, you know, we might be, our nervous system could be perceiving as a threat. And so, not to say that your person is, definitely not that they're doing it on purpose. You know, this situation or that circumstance is there, and the reason why they're they're in such a weird space with you in this connection right now is not solely due to, you know, that they're dealing with an avoidant attachment style, and so your person is weird about, you know, commitment and what did I just hear? Integrity. Do they pride themselves on being like a man or a woman or a person of their word? Something about integrity is coming through. Let's get one more. Pile 3's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to pile 3. Some of these messages, I will say, are a little bit confusing. But I feel like that's because your person does not really have a grasp on what it is they're wanting, what it is they're thinking when it comes to this connection. There's just a lot up in the air right now. And so it's like they're focusing on maybe like the one thing they really do feel comfortable with, even though it does seem like, you know, that area is floundering, faltering, not doing so well. Let's get one more. Here we go. We have love bombing and gaslighting. I'm hearing that this might be a way. I don't know. Does your person go dark on you quite a bit? With the new moon, that's what I'm seeing here. They go dark. Okay, that's what that is. Your person went dark on you. This isn't talking about new beginnings. That's talking about them going dark on you. And not communicating or letting you know what their intention is moving forward. And a lot of that might be because they don't know. They go back and forth with themselves quite a bit. Okay, bottom of the deck says, I want the same as you. I'll have to find out if that's like just underlying background energy or if that is energy that is weakening. Tell me more about I want the same as you for pile 3. Bottom of the deck energy. No, it's still active, yeah. So let me find out, let's see, what is it that they want? What is this in reference to? That's still there. You guys are on the same page about something. What is it? Still, you're still, and in fact, it is something. We have the Queen of Cups showing up in the reverse here. This could be talking about a third party. It's not the strongest of energy, so if that's not the case for you, just hold on, right? A feminine energy could have a lot of water in their chart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm specifically picking up on like a mother-in-law. A feminine energy could just be a mother figure, whether it's like, you know, baby mama. I just heard baby mama drama, okay? That's a very specific message. Let's see if there's anything more general that can come out with that. Tell me more. Tell me more about I want the same as you. What is pile 3's person? What does that mean, I want the same as you? A lot of these are coming out where The energy is there, but it's not grounded. Okay. Okay. See, your person wants success. They want to create a family legacy. There's something with your person though, they haven't chosen yet. And we had the, let's see, we had the Two of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. This is them definitely dropping the ball. That could be, okay, so there's a couple of different messages coming through, because this is still an active energy. Your person is letting you know, like, you know, maybe you're wanting to build a legacy, an empire, you know, a family, wealth and riches, and just be financially secure, right? And your person is like, that's what I want. Your person could be coming from a space of, you know, maybe not feeling like it's a good idea to get into something that is super committed, or, you know, feeling like they're not comfortable being responsible to anything or anyone other than like their bank account right now, their financial, their business, their money situation. Okay. And you know, that, I don't know if you guys have had talks about this. The fact that that is still active energy is letting you know, pile 3, that is still there, okay? They haven't changed their mind about that, but something about circumstances just keep getting in the way. Tell me about, please talk to me. Actually, let's see what's going on with not for the foreseeable future. What's that in reference to for pile 3? Oh. You're not... The good news is that the Three of Swords showed up in the reverse, okay? But it's gonna be a minute before you start seeing movement and or progress in this connection, moving in the way that you want it to. Okay, again, I know, yes, we do have extenuating circumstances here. I'm not gonna negate that, but the real problem is right here with avoidant attachment. Your person has a really hard time feeling at home, at ease, and comfortable in a really tight-knit, close connection, a bonded connection, okay? Your person gets cold feet quite a bit, and very easily, I'm hearing. And it's this attachment that is causing your person to question things when it comes to you. It's not you. It's not anything that you've said or done wrong. It's this attachment. Okay, it's that fear. It's that doubt. It's, you see what I'm saying? And so unless your person heals this attachment issue, that's why we have not for the foreseeable future being clarified by the Three of Swords in the reverse. If you're holding on to this person to make a certain kind of a move or something like that, if, you know, yeah, they might be able to promise you, but if you're waiting for actual action and progress to happen, it's gonna be a minute, okay? Because your person's being driven by attachment issues right now. And yes, they are dealing with some extenuating circumstances, and they're almost using that as an scapegoat as to why they're not allowing themselves to get super involved and close to you in this connection. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Tell me about, please talk to me. Why is that here? Oh, we have the Nine of Swords. Are you guys not talking at all? Have you gone cold? If you've gone cold, it is kind of throwing your person for a loop, or this is also letting you know if you do decide to go cold and go in a different direction, it is going to get your person's attention, very much so. Let me find out though. The Nine of Swords, whose energy is that? Pile 3 or their person? It's both. Okay, it's both. Both of you are in that energy. But it is talking about your person as well. There does seem like your person is invested, okay, to some degree. There's an indication here that you guys may have been doing this back and forth thing with your person for quite some time. For many of you, it's been years, okay? Years, like a lot of years, like 5 to 7 years, okay? If not, this is a warning. I should say a caution, pile 3. This is giving you an indication how long this cycle could last, okay? If this is brand new between the two of you and you've noticed this pattern going back and forth, this is letting you know this is a pattern your person is, this is how it's going to be for the foreseeable future with your person, okay? There's going to be conflict. There might even be, you're always going to feel like you're in competition, you know, either with this person's bank account, with their business, with, you know, their whatever, right? Like you're always going to feel like you're not necessarily a priority when it comes to your person. And you might also feel like you're not being chosen. And this is, you know, again, it's not anything that you've done wrong. It's not anything that has anything to do, you know, with you not being good enough or not being worthy of it. Your person is being driven by avoidant attachment, okay? That it just is what it is, you guys. What's going on with love bombing and gaslighting? Why is that here? Oh, be very careful, you guys. They may, you know, because we have the Two of Cups here, clarifying love bombing and gaslighting. This person is not above making promises to you that they don't necessarily have intention on following through. And I'm not saying that this isn't true, right? But again, I picked up earlier on you guys being more focused on actual action rather than words, because you know, again, if you've been in the cycle with this person, this has been their pattern, right? They may go dark on you with that new moon showing up in the reverse, not talking to you, just kind of leaving you out in the dark, not really communicating, not letting you in, not letting you know what's going on. And then, you know, you might go cold as a result. And then after some time passes, they'll kind of like, oh shit, I better go, you know, check in with pile 3. And because they want you to be warmed up to them, they'll start the conversation off with gaslighting, maybe making promises about the two of you being together, being devoted to each other. And I'm not saying that isn't a desire of your person, but how often do we desire things and not follow through? It happens to all of us all of the time, right? Very often. So be very careful about the message that's coming through pile 3 is pay attention to what this person is doing, and don't place as much, and I would say don't place any focus or attention, or don't put any weight on what they're saying. Okay, it's so easy to make promises and not follow through. And so yeah, with love bombing and gaslighting showing up with the Two of Cups, this is your person kind of dangling a relationship on a carrot, okay? Is this even something that pile 3's person wants? This kind of a union, is this what they want, pile 3's person? Is this what pile 3's person wants? This Two of Cups with pile 3. Yeah, oh my gosh. They do, and they are frightened of it. Oh wow, and now we have the Ten of Pentacles in the upright position with the Two of Pentacles in the upright position. Yeah, it's all going to depend primarily. This is what your person is saying anyway, okay? Again, I can read what's underneath, but right now your person is telling themselves that, you know, they can have this with you when their finances, when their business is doing better, when their bank account's looking right. But we have the Nine of Swords coming out again with the Page of Wands. The King of Wands. Yeah, this is something that your person actually, and I don't know if this is subconscious, because again, we are dealing with avoidant attachment. There is some kind of fear that is triggered by, you know, your person thinking about like solidifying this Two of Cups energy between the two of you, making that commitment, you know, actually living it out, you know, making yourself responsible to somebody else. And, you know, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, the desire, they do want that, very much so. They do want that, and at the same time, they fear it, okay? So there's this very intense inner tug of war and inner struggle going on with your person when it comes to, you know, this Two of Cups energy, that desire for that. And it is affecting, you know, your guys' connection. In the very least, it's challenging, right? All right, pile 3, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, if you would. Smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile 3, I'll see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye, guys.